Hi, I'm Paul from Dalkeith Citizens Advice Bureau and the Aspiring Communities Project. Today we're going to make my homemade macaroni cheese using a real cheese sauce. Okay, this is what you'll need for your homemade macaroni. 600 ml of semi-skim milk, 2 tomatoes, English mustard, some cheese, cheddar, you'll need some butter to make your roux, some macaroni shells or pasta, plain flour, and vegetable oil. So let's get cooking. So I'm going to cook up the pasta. So I've just boiled up the kettle, it's quicker, and just fill it halfway with your boiling water. Add some salt, but not a lot, just to season the pasta. And some oil. The reason I use oil is it stops the pasta from sticking, so you just really need a drizzle of vegetable oil. And let's give that a little stir. And then you can add your macaroni shells. And I cook these till they're halfway cooked, because actually they're going to cook again in the oven, and I like my pasta with quite a bite. So always remember to half cook your pasta because it's going to re-cook again. So I've been cooking the pasta for about 5 minutes now and it's half cooked, so I don't want it really to cook any further. So what I do is I transfer it into a colander. And to stop the cooking, cold water. And just simply wash off your pasta until it's cold. And that'll stop any more cooking, because as I say, it's going to cook again once it's in the oven. So, now we'll move on to our pasta sauce. Okay, so that's your pasta sitting at the side. So I'm going to pop my milk in to the microwave, and I'll microwave this on full power for 3 minutes. And it's just to warm it through, so when you're starting to make your sauce, it's not putting cold into a warm component of your mixture. So we'll come back to that. Okay, so I'm now going to make my cheese sauce, and this is about a tablespoon of plain flour and a tablespoon of your butter. This is what a tablespoon looks like, and if you don't have a tablespoon, you can add 2 dessert spoons, it's just the same amount. So first of all, I'm going to add into a hot pan my butter, and we're just going to melt off the butter, making sure that you don't burn it. And if you feel it's really bubbling, just take it off the heat, it'll melt, and just let it melt away until it's completely melted, but as long as it's not boiling. So just take it on and off the heat. So that looks like it's completely melted now. So now I'm going to add the plain flour. A lot of people are afraid to make a cheese sauce, but it really is simple. And if you feel it's lumpy and things, you can bring it back together by using a balloon whisk. So I'm going to add the flour. Take it off the heat and just stir. It'll look quite thick, but you have to keep moving the flour and butter mix. So what you're trying to do is cook off the flour so you don't have a floury taste. And I was always told that you cook it until it resembles a sand texture, and even the colour. So you're cooking this 5 minutes, on and off, keep taking it off, stir, giving it a good stir. So you can see the change in it now, it's become quite a sandy texture, which is ideal. This is what you want. So cook for a further 5 minutes. So your mixture's been cooking for about 5 minutes. You can see when I say it resembles a sandy texture, this is ready now. So I'll get my milk that I've heated for 3 minutes in the micro. So return it back to the heat, and your milk's nice and warm. And what to do is add little amounts at a time, and off the heat, and just stir. And you can see how quickly it thickens up. So just keep adding small amounts of milk. It's not going to go lumpy, because remember I said you can use a balloon whisk. So you're just stirring it, but keeping it off the heat. And just keep adding your warm milk. And keep stirring. I was always afraid to make a cheese sauce until I learned the easy way, and this is one of the easiest ways that I've learned to make a cheese sauce. there's many different variations. With your milk you can actually add an onion, and it can make a sauce for lasagna, a bechamel, and that in a bay leaf. So just mixing this all together, it'll not stick and it'll not go lumpy. You keep beating it, keep adding your milk, and you can see how velvety your sauce is becoming because you've cooked off the flour. And just keep stirring and mixing it in. Go and add the rest of the milk. The reason why you add small amounts is because if you add all the milk in at once, it's quite difficult to bring it back up to heat for your sauce to thicken. So by using small amounts, you can either have too much or too little milk, because remember your cheese is going to thicken up your sauce as well. So I think this will take the whole of this milk. So if you come over and you'll have a look, and you can see how well your cheese sauce is starting to cook off. So keeping it on the heat, it starts to thicken again, so that's when you add more milk. And just keep stirring. And what I'll do now is I like to use a whisk at this stage, but you don't have to. So always use a plastic whisk in a metal pan, because you don't get bits coming off. So you can see how it's thickened up. And as I say, this sauce can make any white sauce. You could add fish stock, pork stock. It's endless. This is a really simple way to make a cheese sauce. So I'm just going to add the remainder of my milk. And we'll just let that cook off for a little bit. And what I can do now is I can add in the salt and pepper, just a little bit of salt because there's a lot of salt in cheese. So just file that in. A teaspoon of your English mustard. Now that adds a bit of a kick and a bit of a flavour. It's optional, but we like it. So and it's one of the main recipes for it as well. And then just stir that in. So it gives it that yellow colour, the English mustard. You can see now the sauce is thickened up really nice. And that just needs to come to the boil, and then I'll take it off the heat, and then I'll add my cheese. Okay, that's your cheese sauce thickened up nicely. Now I've been stirring this constantly. It's came to a small boil, not a rapid boil, so it's become quite thick. As you can see, that's enough for a cheese sauce. So now we're going to add in our cheese for our cheese sauce. So I've got as much cheese as you want, seriously. I mean, you can't get enough macaroni cheese. So a couple of handfuls in your sauce. Keep it off the heat because the heat of your sauce will melt your cheese. And again, this will thicken because of your cheese. So look at that, it's really glossy. So once that's all melted, this is ready to get your macaroni now. So I've got my cold macaroni, which has been, which I've set aside. So this is half cooked, it's still got a bit of a bite into the macaroni, and you just pop that straight into the dish. Some people put it in the pot and then cook it again. I don't, I like to do it this way. So get your cheese sauce, and all you do is pour your cheese sauce in the centre of your macaroni. And by using a spoon, you just mix your sauce with your macaroni. Make your macaroni, your sauce more wet because it's going to cook in the oven, and the pasta's going to swell as well. I quite like a nice saucy macaroni cheese. So you can see how that's all combined. And I'm just going to put the last bit in. Pasta's a funny thing because it's got little holes and things, so that absorbs all your pasta. So now I've added all my cheese sauce, and because pasta has lots of holes, all the sauce seeps through all the pasta tube, your macaroni, and that's why I like a wee bit more sauce as well. So now that's ready. I'm going to add my cheese. So just sprinkle handfuls of cheese on top. A lot of people like breadcrumbs as well, so a combination of breadcrumbs and cheddar cheese. But I just like the cheese. There we go, and that's on top. And tomato. I don't like tomato on my side, but my partner does, so I always put tomato on his side, because I'm not keen on tomato. So just layer up your tomato. And then that's ready to put in the oven. This is all dished up now, and I'm going to place this into the middle shelf of a preheated oven at 180 for about 30 minutes. Okay, that's been cooking away for half an hour now, about 30 minutes, so I'm going to take it out of the oven. Wow, look at that, bubbling away nicely. And that's your homemade macaroni cheese, and I'm going to dish it up.